Hey, Colabcoaching yet again to share some wise words and wisdom for the week. Week number 3 of the Grace series. So excited to get into this week. Going a little bit deeper, as you already know, with it being week 3. Week 4 will be the last week of the series, but week 3, I want to make it more personal. So the question/thought I have for you this week is, do you give yourself grace? Do you give yourself grace? Now, this is something I personally struggle with, giving myself grace, because if you don't know, well, you're gonna know that I am a person that cares about people. I had a caregiving nature. I've learned to do better. I've learned to grow from that, and I learned to put myself first. But for years, I definitely struggled with forgiving myself. I had struggles of self-doubt. I had struggles of my identity, of who I was as a person, and that stopped me from giving myself grace. Whenever I made mistakes, I'll be upset with myself, or I should have did better. Why didn't I do this the right way? Why am I making these mistakes? I have so many people that I have to care about. Why am I not putting more energy towards caring about people? But in reality, I wasn't giving myself the time and the energy to grow, mature, and to learn about myself. The beautiful thing about grace is, yes, we talk about forgiveness, and I talked about forgiveness with lengths within grace, but also grace has to do with knowing yourself and allowing yourself to be the best person you can be, and focusing on the best parts of yourself as well. Yes, we know that we make mistakes. Yes, we know that we do wrong. Yes, we know we're not perfect. But the beautiful thing about it is that we have the ability to grow from that, and to mature from that, and to do better. Now, the thing we have to remember, especially when it comes to grace, is that you deserve it too. You deserve it too. We tend to hear about grace, as I said it in the first couple weeks, that I attribute grace to my belief, which is Christian. And grace always has to do with, God give you grace and things of that nature. But giving yourself grace is important too, because you're supposed to give grace to people because you don't know what they're going through, but people don't know what you're going through. Maybe you're that person that cares about a lot of people, that always, as I said, that always puts other people first, and you get drained, you get tired, you make mistakes, and you are so hard on yourself. But what about the times that you've given your all to other people, and you felt like you have nothing left? You have nothing left. And at that point, you're like, I wish someone cared for me as much as I care for them. And you tend to have animosity. You may be resentful. You may be passive aggressive, and you realize that about yourself, or someone tells you about that, and you have to forgive yourself for that, because you can't help it. You have a nature about yourself, and you are trying your best to use that nature to the best of your ability, but then you tend to fall short. We all fall short. As I said, we're not perfect, and that is okay. So giving yourself grace is something that needs to be done, because then it allows you to learn on, well, dang, I know I struggled with this. I know that I'm going through this struggle. I know that I have things in my past that I'm not proud of. I know that I have things to work on. But it's time for me to start this journey to heal and grow. But then it allows you to take it to the next level, where you start to realize that, hey, I do care about people, or hey, I do see this in someone that I am friends with, family member, and they're doing the same things I used to do. They're struggling with the same things that I did. They're fighting through the same demons, and they're going through the struggles that I've got over, or I'm currently going through, and maybe we could relate. Maybe we could talk about it. Maybe we could start to figure out solutions that best fit ourselves, so that we'll be able to be the best person that we can be for the other people that we care about. It's a twofold thing, because once you give yourself grace, you understand that giving grace to others is not as difficult as you may seem. As I said in the beginning of the whole series in week 1, that maybe people don't deserve your grace. There are people that may manipulate you, or try to force you to do things that are not for you, or they try to take advantage of your forgiveness, take advantage of your grace, take advantage of how good of a person you are. Those people don't deserve your grace. But for the people that have been apologetic, that have been working to better themselves and to understand that, hey, I'm not perfect, I make those mistakes, but now I want to become a better person. Those people deserve your grace. But now you see it in a whole different light that, wow, what if I was that person that was struggling? What if I was that person trying to be a better person and I fell short with myself? Maybe there was something that I wanted to accomplish and maybe I took it to a wrong direction, or I did it the wrong way. I may have achieved it, but I did it the wrong way. Or maybe I had selfish agendas in having a friend or being in a relationship or trying to get a job or having communication with certain people, and it wasn't the best way. Or maybe I hurt someone's feelings that I really do care about. Or maybe I really have ended a friendship or relationship where it should have never ended, but it was because of my attitude, my behavior. Maybe I was self-centered. Maybe I was too focused on what I wanted to do because of my agenda, and I didn't really see that other person. I only saw them as a resource or a material or things that can help me move forward in what I want to do. And I pretty much stepped all over them. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for that, because it is something that we all are learning. We're learning. And the beautiful thing about grace that I truly enjoyed when I was going through and currently going through is that it's a never-ending journey. It's a never-ending journey because you're always going to make mistakes, so you're always going to need grace. You're always going to need the understanding that, hey, forgiving myself is something that needs to be done because I know that I'm going to make a mistake maybe tomorrow or later today or maybe next week, and it may affect someone. So giving yourself grace, learning from those things that you did that was wrong, and then allowing yourself to give grace to other people and allow other people to give grace to you. It's a beautiful, beautiful cycle. And this cycle is one of the best cycles because it's healing. It's a whole healing cycle. It's a whole healing journey that you don't have to be the only person going through it. Other people can go through it with you. Other people can share things with you, and that's why communication is so important. And that's why I'm sharing my journey of grace with you, because maybe you have been going through this and maybe going through it right now, that you're struggling to try to figure out, well, how do I give grace to myself? And I'm just here to help you. That's as simple as that. So, looking at me and you're trying to figure out, well, okay, maybe I need to give myself grace. Maybe I've done something that I'm not proud of. Maybe a behavior that I'm not proud of. Maybe something from my past that I'm not proud of. And I need to forgive myself, but it's just so difficult. I'm here to say that forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And I know that just saying you forgive yourself is maybe just one step, but allowing yourself to give yourself grace is something that's going to transform your life, because then you're able to put yourself in other people's shoes when they're seeking grace from you, because you have struggled and you needed to seek grace for yourself. Then when you're looking at other people, it's like, okay, I understand where they're coming from. And maybe not. Maybe you see that the grace you gave to yourself was sufficient, and the grace that you have to give to someone else is not sufficient for you, and you have to let go of that situation. Simple as that. So, looking at me and you're struggling like, hey, I want to give grace to myself. What can I do? Best way to give grace to yourself is to start to forgive yourself for all the things that have happened in the past, your past behaviors, your past situations, and understand that you are trying to be a better person and you're trying to care about yourself more. Giving yourself grace is just a beginning step, but it doesn't have to be a solo step by yourself. Think about all the times that you needed grace and people have given you grace. Think about all the people that are seeking grace from you. It allows you to understand that, hey, giving myself grace is important so that I can understand how to give grace to other people. So, if you need special help with this situation, I'm here to help you. Go to my website, Colabcoaching.com, fill out that relationship checklist, sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session. I'm here to help you. It's the middle of the year. And ask yourself this question. Has your relationships gone the way you wanted them since January? Maybe you had resolutions or expectations or goals for your relationships. How are they going now? Do you still need help? I'm here to help you. We can talk about anything. Facebook Colabcoaching, Instagram Colabcoaching. All my series are on YouTube, or my videos are on YouTube. Just type in COLAB coaching. Also, I'm one half of a wonderful podcast. I'm co-host of a podcast with Heart and Soul Podcast. We're on all major podcast stations, and we're also on Instagram with Heart and Soul Podcast. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And with that being said, share this with anyone that is struggling to give grace to themselves. It's an important step for your healing journey. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.